Hello and welcome to Let's Plays Disco Elysium Part 43. If you can, it would be very kind if you would comment, like, share and subscribe. Maybe consider joining my Patreon. So, we've been following every lead to try and solve this case, no matter how fragile or tangential. Is that a word? Tangential. We haven't actually talked to Measurehead since we gave up trying to get through this way. So maybe worth a chat?
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Shameful? What do you mean? Or who do you mean? I think we know already.
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
The lieutenant takes a quick note. So, yeah, we don't really want to do that.
Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center. You're at home, stupid cop. Not with the art crowd. You hate them. Everyone hates them. Even they hate themselves. It's nauseating. An industry built on sprezzatura and sparkling wine, and, let's be honest, tax evasion schemes. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is the heart of this unholy symbiosis of aesthetics and tax optimization. And now that you've internalized it, you can have a piece too.
Encyclopedia gives 10x speed passes and +2 real. Ooh, could make a lot of money with this, but -2 the suggestion because you are a pretentious wanker. Okay. Not sure that was really the most useful thought. I'm a bit anxious about taking this one because apparently all red checks fail while I'm doing this, but I think I can safely forget this thought. And that was a waste of time. Internalize this thought. The ostensible leader of the strikebreakers chants furiously. Are you a mercenary? Hired by wild hinds?
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab. I won't have talk like that around here. You understand?
It just has to be said. That was not a convincing line.
Hell no. I'm just an honest scab? That didn't sound too convincing.
Fucking loincloth.
He stares you down mutely for a second.
Loincloth? Now you see, that's not really what a scab would say, is it? Better not to press the issue further, sire. He seems tense.
Say very quietly. Is there a tribunal being convened by any chance?
Fucking bug.
He breathes out softly, his giant chest deflating and his mouth slightly open.
You hear a tiny rattle, a small radio cracking somewhere, an earpiece.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
The lieutenant says, his voice soothing and calm. He looks at you.
There could be weapons aiming at us right now, somewhere above, in the buildings. The other merc. Don't push this, he's thinking. This is not the time.
Okay, back up.
The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes are still narrow. Slowly, he's trying to get his right to work dance back on.
I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos. Take out the picture.
Don't think so.
He grunts, barely glancing at it.
Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea.
It was on your colonel.
Wordless, he takes the photo and looks at it. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving. You see dead flesh in colourful rivers of polychrome, melting skin and hair.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Loincloths.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what the tattoo means?
What it means.
He points to one tiny star in the web of lines away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here?
He squints at it. It's so small. Yes.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission.
Benital is one of the inhabited islands of the Seminese archipelago near the Pale. Covered in jungle, it was anchor point for the Seminese nationalists in the proxy war held on the islanders' territory.
He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kipped villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
He licks his lips as if drunk suddenly.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Don't interrupt him. Hear it.
Our boy. He's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon.
His voice gets strangely quiet, a long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper.
At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old.
Say nothing.
She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason, the kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch.
He nods towards the man on the gates.
God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
The story must have stirred up some conflicting emotions. The man looks tired for a second. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless, odorless. It's
Evil.
You bet it was.
What is evil?
It's just nature. This guy, he used to say evil is when nature and spirit meet in the wrong place.
You were there?
No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock, being a bouncer.
Seems to have graphic memories of it. You're not really a scab leader, are you?
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off.
He shrugs.
But
You can have the photo.
nah, you've earned it.
All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
I'm just going to leave now. We're learning about some things that we maybe don't want to. I don't know whether I should talk to the racist lorry driver again.
Looking for something, Rod? Come
okay,
to tell me to fuck off?
Cigarettes off him. Yeah. Before I go this way, I think maybe I should pop over and see Cindy the Skull. Apparently she's done a bit of done a bit of vandalism on somebody's boat. The sea breeze carries more than salt. Meat, not rotten, not fresh, grilled. Interesting left behind. Went to the village and the coast officer. See you there. Joyce goes the north and the coast. Wow. That's friendly, isn't it? Let's get our baggie out just in case. Nothing new around here?
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor.
Rub your sides for warmth.
A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to minus 20 degrees Celsius.
Her face.
Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
Look around
It's
yourself.
clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty.
Shiver. Finished thought. Atmospheric. What's in here? A book. What's the door we cannot go through? Free postcard. Definitely picking up a few bits and pieces.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads Kraz Mazov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Kraz Mazov in their bedroom?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
He looks around, mumbling to himself, how fitting. Kraz Mazov was a mass murderer. There's nothing cool about keeping his bust on your nightstand.
He was definitely controversial. The tenant here seems to like him.
Kim leans closer to inspect the photos of revolutionaries on the wall.
There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Is Kuno's dad awake? No. But we can have his trousers. Why not? So I think Cindy's up on the balcony. Keep this way. You could probably shout up to her if you wanted to. Seems a bit more civilised to be on the same line.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Piss, beep and fuck the world send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
I made up the sending their best part, but I did talk to them.
Figures. All of you are liars. They're such sweet boys, though, aren't they? My sweet, sweet wannabe skulls. They'll never be accepted, but their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are silly. What are you even trying to achieve?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Okay.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock.
You've heard a gunshot?
But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency. This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous, you bring the sirens.
What is it with these skulls and cooperation? They have to be the nicest violent street gang in Rivershore West.
Catch you later, Cindy. Anything in here? Yeah, so many loading screens. 100 tiny scurrying feet beneath the grate, the rats of the city. Oh, there's quite a lot of money in there. It was worth a visit then. I mean, we need money to fund our RPG habit. Clearly. Not that way. That was a dead end. Okay.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Go over and ask him.
Rummage through the box.
These are all boring. Boring third. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils.
These are all first-rate sunglasses.
Okay,
Premium
so
design,
could
super
get some
material,
cool
very
sunglasses.
cool.
Anything else?
You keep coming back.
Yeah, we do.
If he really wants to save the economy, he'd let you pay with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can.
So, let's see if we can get our composure up. Composure, and we got these trousers. I'm getting better at this.
Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels.
So there's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
So I need to maggot sideways.
Maggot sideways? What are you talking about? You need to maggot up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
You're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes. If you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to ascend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem.
I think it might be
And
the
it's
problem.
certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium
Of course.
and excess of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
But drugs and amphetamines, yeah, that's fine.
You keep coming back.
If he really wants to save the economy,
Let's try
he'd
this
let
one.
you pay with net. Something
Hey.
cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
$4.50. And could get us a bit more composure. Let's get
Got
the
to prepare for
things.
springtime, right?
Lovely.
The shine on
And these ones
Stylish
give
shades,
us
huh? They'd be even more
plus
stylish.
one
a
for our
man
wind
who knows
empire.
his style.
I just feel like we may need these things since we can get them. Why not? But the only downside is we now only have like 25 p or something going. That ain't great. However, we could make ourselves like super composed. Composure +3. I remember that there's a guy in the whirling that requires a super tough composure check. I wonder if we can do it now. Let's have a look.
Hi again, Gendarme.
So we'd have to try and unlock it by upping that
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
stat first. Damn it. We're running out of skill points. I'm using them all. And possibly be more considerate of where to put them. Okay. We can do this, right? We can do
Hi
this.
again, Gendarme.
Ooh. What is it about the way he carries himself?
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground?
Oh.
This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask around. Become involved. Just pointing it out. We're not talking about some kind of cult with members here. You made it up.
Are you part of the homosexual underground?
The homosexual underground?
The smoker sits up immediately, his eyes wide with amused surprise. A honeyed smile lingers on his lips.
Why, yes, I am, officer.
Yeah?
Why? Do you want to investigate?
Yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground you're part of.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
What about Thursday night?
Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life.
He lowers his voice conspiratorially and looks around. But why do you convene? What do you do?
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Ravers have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
Does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
I do like disco. Maybe I should get into it.
You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it.
What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life aside from the fact I like disco?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed.
The smoker crawls up to you like an animal preparing to jump. He circles his hands around you.
I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
Okay. I have to think about it.
Do think about it, officer.
He starts laughing and leans back against the counter. This is going to be like a 20-hour mind project for me. 20 hours at least.
Absolutely wonderful.
That's a long, long thought.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours unless you want to enter the heightened realms of the phantasme érotique afterwards.
Maybe we do.
It may be 20 hours or more, but that would be on your own time.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Well, that was certainly worth opening up. So we're getting through the precarious world. Yes, the 8 hours of research on the homosexual underground seems like it might be worthwhile. Want to get on that. But we might need to get a bit more experience first, yes. So I think it's back to investigating things across the other side of the bridge. We need to talk to those kids again. They are.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Real quick, boys. Where were you when you heard the voices?
There.
The boy points towards one of the ruined monoliths nearby.
We were there.
And so, the other child nods. The felled building looms overhead. And so I return to thee, felled.
Full circle. Back to Feld, then.
The
When you're
lieutenant
ready.
smiles to himself.
The boy turns the rock over in his hands. He looks to you, then his brother, then back to you.
Bye, kids. The Feld building. So was it Shivers again for our check here? How did we get up to it? This way?
The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts. Most of them aren't moving anymore. You still can't see a phasmid anywhere. Poor things.
Right. There's the... No, isn't quite right, is it? This is close by. I think this is not the right one.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them. A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Excuse me while I run around like an idiot. Ooh, ooh. A door, a building, hiding place. Could be the instigator. Be inside? Could be. Damn it, how do I get so lost? This way, possibly.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the poor things.
While we're here, might as well go and check out the church, you know? The Col de Momadaqua, I'm like super suspicious, is here. It's like that strange area of unsound. Seems like it might be a phasmid of some sort.
Yes, what is it?
Okay, so have you seen anyone suspicious? Say a woman named Ruby.
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
About the off-site copy you asked me to bring.
Yes?
I brought you the filament. Give it to
Thanks. Looks like it's the one.
her. She takes the filament, inspecting the metallic tape inside. What's going to happen now?
Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
She's already inserted the filament into the radio computer's core, ready to close the door. Don't waste your time printing it out. There's nothing but a speck of white and a sea of ink. It's broken.
A speck of white? That's exactly what I'm hoping to find.
She sounds excited as the filament clicks into place. What do you mean?
Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
She presses print on the machine's keyboard.
The paper gets soaked in ink again, its evil blackness shining in the light of the mainframe. It looks eerie. This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that.
Something's very wrong with that filament memory.
Soona doesn't reply. Her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters.
Here, I found it.
She says, suddenly raising an ink-stained fingertip. Where? Lean closer.
Hold on.
She's behind the keyboard now, typing in some numbers that only she understands. The terminal beeps and the light inside starts pulsing like a glowing heart. Can I do anything?
Shh! Just give me a second. I'm almost...
She clocks up her typing speed.
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
The lieutenant leans closer to whisper.
Done! I've got it! I found the location of the anomaly!
There's joy in her voice as she bumps her fist into the air. You did it? You found the coordinates? Oh my god, congratulations.
Thank you!
She yells back with a grin. So, where is it? Where is your 2mm hole in the world?
There! In the swallow.
She points at the other end of the church, where a group of water bowls forms a rustic arch. Or even a ritualistic arch.
Think you can help me again?
Sure.
I need you to go move those water bowls for me. I need to double-check my calculations.
You like moving things around. Moving things around is calming.
Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bowl 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
It's awfully silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside those walls. Water inside the bowls stands still. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Move the third bowl from the left 2 centimeters away.
It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound.
Move the fourth bowl from the left 5 centimeters to the right.
Some water spills out of the bowl, wetting the floor.
Damn.
The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall.
Done it.
Yes, what is it?
I moved the water bowls to the right position, just like you asked. What's next?
Great. Everything should be aligned now.
She stops, biting into her chapped lip.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
Let's get this party started.
Yeah, let's do it. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes.
Wait, why did you have your headphones on mute in the first place?
Honestly, I'm a little scared.
Isn't it going to be just silence and nothing else?
I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything.
She stares at the heart of her computer.
I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist?
She turns to face you, the mainframe throwing shadows on her chin.
What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is...
She grows silent, her face very pale in the cold light of electricity. You're overthinking this.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just tired.
It's scary, but we have to face it.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do it.
She puts on her oversized headphones, ready to press unmute on the keyboard.
The lieutenant takes a step back, and then nothing. Nothing happens as Soona, Loken and Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence.
That's to be expected, I guess.
You can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary.
Can you hear anything?
She doesn't answer. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus, one hand cupping the headphone.
Well,
damn it.
She lets out a loud sigh before tearing off her headphones. She's still avoiding your gaze. Come on, did you hear anything?
No, of course not. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
She's clearly disappointed.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
What do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow?
No.
She rests her face on her hands, massaging the forehead.
No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something, if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is.
She raises her head, staring at all the machines that litter the church, cables coiling up on the floor like pests.
You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
Silence is silence? You're sure there's more to it? This can't be it. You should have a listen.
We should have a listen, but our perception's really good. Just a moment. Is there anything that kind of helps? Do we have hearing boots or anything? We have minus to perception. Do we have any pluses to perception? I should be able to remember this. Minus perception. Come on. Plus to perception. Plus to perception. There we go. Perception shoes. Of course. Why wouldn't it be shoes? What we do is we listen through the soles of our feet. That might be it. Oh, -1 perception. What? Okay. Anyway, I think.
Yes. What is it?
As good as it's gonna get.
Everything disappears. You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
Sooner take off the headphones. What if we just need a better sound system?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
Murmurs the lieutenant, inspecting the damage done to the arabesques.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
Yes, but they could help with the speakers.
You mean the speed freaks?
She closes her eyes as more dance music invades the holy silence of the sanctuary.
Of course! The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
They would if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Brilliant negotiating there, detective. As always.
Great. I'll talk to them.
Sure. Let me know how it goes.
Right.
Thanks, officer.
I'll let you work in peace for now. Hooray! We're gonna get a disco going. An actual disco. Guys. Oh, what's this? Something new to look at. Yellow moss on these stones. They're probably stolen from someone's garden. Outrageous. Capri's Lounge. Engines starting through. Okay.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I'm here to talk about the church again.
Yes? What's the deal?
Good news, I've managed to convince Soona. She's okay with you guys moving in, but on one condition. She needs your speakers for her project.
We are grateful, Cotman. You're a true ally and the augury of a new era of anodic dance music.
The speed freak smiles, happier than he's been before. You're going to have to share space for a couple of weeks until she gets her research finished.
That's fine. We can manage.
He grins, excited.
And you're still sure about keeping our little side business, right?
Oh, you mean the illegal drug lab? There will be no shady shenanigans in church. Only love and melodic dance music.
Fine. We can make do. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later. Let's get moving.
Leave the tent. A couple of hours, eh? And is that it? Is their tent just vanished? Will it move us forward a couple of hours? Oh, we're stuck round the back of the church. It's not where we want to be. Let's go and check if they've, moved in already. That would be Joyce. There they are. Hello, everybody. I'm just getting the lay of the land and where everybody is actually. Where's the young girl? What was her name? The one that it specifically mentioned might be willing to talk to us after we'd got the club up and running.
She's whistling a melody. Her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But underwater inside a tree. And no, it's got nothing to do with contact mic.
Okay, fine.
I really wanted to say, thanks for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
How's everyone doing?
Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Soona, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does. Behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much. And the crab man hasn't shown himself, thank God.
Now can you tell me about your associates?
Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favour.
Okay, tell me
what do you want to know?
Soona.
She's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today she told me about Welkins.
Welkins?
And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
What about Tiago?
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
Oh, he talks to Noid? What for?
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
What does he do up there?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do, yell up at the tower?
Thanks, Sandy.
Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about Andre.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least.
Aww.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organiser.
What has he organised?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent.
She smiles.
I've never seen him so psyched about anything, though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know.
On life?
Yes. Anyway.
Is Andre your boyfriend?
Yes.
Tell me about the others.
Who do you want to know about?
Tell me about Noid.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Elysium. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
You think? What was this pilgrimage you're talking about?
It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock, or as much as possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have I not told you that I'm a raging alcoholic who recently drank himself into an oblivion so deep he can't even remember what sounds like the biggest street in the city?
No?
Nah, because I'm not. You know, let's admit to it. Well, I am.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
I might just do that if I make it there alive.
Yeah. I hope you do.
So, what does he do?
What do you mean, do? Like, for a living?
Yes. Or, no, I meant for breakfast. Of course, for a living.
He's a carpenter. Trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. In a shop somewhere.
What kind of mindset is that?
He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself.
And you?
Sir, I abide by the law.
A strange feeling. Like before, when you caught her lying better than she should have. Every now and then, something feels off about the way she speaks. She doesn't exactly change tone, but you feel as though there's more about her than she lets on.
Tell me more.
Who do you want to know about?
What's the deal with Egghead?
What do you mean?
What does he think he's doing when he yells all that stuff?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
He told me as much. But what exactly is a party boy?
Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music, though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachoo, pachoo. Swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revershall are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
You don't need to tell me rock is backward. I am the future man. I abandoned rock in the 30s, stupid rock. Spit.
Okay.
She nods.
Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's very catchy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
He looks around, a little embarrassed about the enthusiasm of his interjection. Where's he from? How long has he been with you guys?
Actually, we don't know where he's from. Or who he is, really.
Mysterious.
One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forberg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City.
The worst of the banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slope of Montmartin, the remotest possible area of Revershall. No one even wants to exploit those people anymore.
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines. There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City.
She nods.
Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet,
she says quietly.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two. You wish you'd been there.
I think that's
Who do you want to know about?
Actually, do tell me about yourself.
Me? Again?
I think it'd be
Yes,
the same thing.
Better that way. Sure.
Have you seen a red-haired woman around?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
That's good. No neighbours to complain about noise when you get the club going.
Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
Yeah!
You got us in, cop.
I did.
I can't believe you got us in.
He looks around the hall, examining the carpentry.
With wonder in his sharp eyes.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Hardcore.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground.
Kim spreads
come?
his arms, looking around at the speed freak setting up shop.
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Acele using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk, and in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
Aww. Okay. I did it for mankind, for all of mankind.
Okay.
The lieutenant keeps it laconic.
I don't believe you actually think you did it for all mankind, but whatever keeps you in high spirits is okay by him.
Noid, what do you think about the church?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
He rubs his hands together. You say that as a carpenter yourself?
I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveller. Made me a bit manic, you know. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days.
You're not going to ask me how I knew?
Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry tools.
Good point. How old do you think the church is? Over 300 years?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand. Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude, the sea, perhaps something more fundamental.
He means something paranatural. He must...
I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
What did you mean by dead bodies?
Dead bodies of perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Spiritual collapse?
I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like 'em anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
Where did that quote come from?
A Sarais man who lived a long time ago, an ancient hardcore brother.
What you're saying is you're not a big fan of the inocentic system. Let's say you're not Religion has stopped being hardcore?
It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false to the core.
But you guys said the ecclesiastates were all about love and hardcore. Before, remember?
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you.
He points to his friends.
Andre doesn't care about the ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are.
And you propose dance music will supplant this system?
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
He nods.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with?
Don't you have to be on drugs for that, though?
Only a little.
Not cool. Shake your head.
All large human gatherings are narcotic. Ask any such undertaking in history, this included. Chemistry is true to its word.
He nods towards a human-shaped pillar nearby.
There is a difference between narcotics and group elation. One kills you, the other does not.
The supercharged humanism that the innocentic system has been feeding us on giant city squares, that's not a drug. The sugar and wheat it feeds us is healthy.
Forget it. It will become an imbecilic discussion. You two continue. It's more hardcore that way.
He does not feel left out. In fact, he probably just wanted to say hardcore.
What style is this church built in?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism. Lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
I'm not just a cop, I'm an art cop.
Art of core.
He nods appreciatively. Okay, what is DeLorean architecture like?
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
What would a DeLorean building look like?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny.
This church isn't painted white, as far as I can tell.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside, before the sea wind took all the paint off.
He peeks out of a small window in the dark.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
How do you like the glasswork? Point to the stained glass window.
I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye.
I'm getting some real negative vibrations from her too.
No wonder. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at ya. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
But she's the innocence of humanism. Humanism seems to be pretty a big deal around here. Maybe I said, yeah, I'll go with this one, I think. Who isn't accused of being a mass murderer? Yes, isn't she supposed to be the embodiment of the world spirit? Oh, so many possibilities, but I'll go with that one.
The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit.
He raises his left hand.
This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are.
Humanism seems a pretty big deal around here.
Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass-produce billions of humans. Billions of humans can mass-produce hundreds of billions of pigs.
And many, many more tons of sugar.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long-dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only the Noid. What do I know?
I do feel there is something terrifying about her.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
Keep it. Keep the beautiful sharp shards. Keep her long face and her hair.
The speed freak's eyes narrow with suspicion, as if he's looking at a man possessed.
It's not coming down. People are gonna love it. It'll be like our thing. Plus it keeps the cold and the rain out.
And she's pretty.
She invented the beauty you're feeling. She and her glass cutters and iconographers. You set the standard, all right. Then you meet it. It's effective like that, but it is also very soft of core. That so-called beauty of hers.
And it seems I like it soft, because...
You wouldn't be the first. Millions liked her. She's got those mass-murdering lips.
Who isn't accused of being a mass murderer these days?
No one says Arno van Eyck is a mass murderer. The Anodic pioneer Rietveld is not a mass murderer. He is not accused of mass murder.
Is she
Likewise,
accused of mass murder?
No one says Jermaine Egghead or Andre are mass murderers. You can live entirely outside that suspicion. Billions of people go about not being guilty of mass murder.
Oh.
Just not her.
Would you say she was, human?
I like this question, Cop Man. She did not live the life of a human. She lived like someone who's playing a game. The life of an operator. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that.
Yeah, they hate this too. Point to yourself.
Well, they loved her. They put all their love in her and forgot all about the rest of us.
The young man lets go of the suspenders and they hit his chest with a slap. Okay, I'm done talking about her.
What a strange choice of words.
I don't want to think about her anymore.
Caustic, overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
It's a nice window.
Why do you keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about that damn window.
How are you settling in?
Hard to say, Cop Man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man, though.
You mean Tiago?
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
You mean all his mother's love stuff isn't too spooky for you?
Have you been listening to what Egg's been saying? Love is hardcore, man. And the mother's love is the hardest core of all. The man picks up on stuff. And he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him.
What did Tiago tell you about the church?
The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
You mean there are dead bodies here?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
What's it for?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Acele. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs.
He looks up into the darkness beyond the beams.
Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church, surrounding it, to contain it.
I don't get it. Contain what exactly?
I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Soona person is looking for and trying to measure.
He nods towards the woman.
It'll be fruitless, though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
What makes you think Soona's going to fail?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
I found a doomed commercial area in the Martinez proper. Maybe it's the same thing that Ubies were trying to contain?
Like a concentric ring spreading out. The struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
You think there's any merit to the theory?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. It's not even a thing we can answer, Cop Man. Even I have limits. I'm a limited psi person.
Well, if it's without substance, I guess there's nothing to worry about.
Maybe you can figure things out, Cop Man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
I wanted to talk some more about this place.
Dead body, spirit entered. What is there to talk of?
I've been thinking about her again.
The mass murderer? Why?
I don't know, apparently. I haven't really.
Okay. The mass murderer? Okay.
Let's talk about something else. Why are you so suspicious about everything?
Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. They don't call me Noid for nothing.
Well, they call me a can opener.
It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced.
Why are you called Noid, anyway?
It's short for paranoid.
Ha ha. May I ask why? What good is being suspicious?
A reasonable question. Say I get hurt. I want to make sure it never happens again. So I analyse the situation. Exercise caution. Caution is suspicion.
What are you suspicious of?
It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour. Mechanics and chemistry also have a trueness about them. Most anything else deceives. Wants to steal your life away.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
And what are the most suspicious things?
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be their sole accomplishment, the pig-wheat paradigm.
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
Don't you mean the left-right paradigm and the pig-wheat complex?
No. Politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is economic, and it concerns pig and wheat. This is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig-wheat hybrid. Probably in Grad.
What's suspicious about the production of pork and wheat?
It's only our shit. We should make better use of not being animals, or cereal grain, ourselves.
What's bad about cereal grain? Having enough food could be a precursor for greater things.
Yes, having food is means to an end. But the left never talks about the end, only the means. Caps are likewise suckers, constantly sleepless in worry.
Tell me about the left-right business.
I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movement's only concern is producing enough pig and wheat for everyone. The end goal of humanity. The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray, far from our true lives, but we may yet find a way back.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
Does this mean you are mentally ill?
Mental illness is a term the powers use to homogenise people. I think I don't reach mental illness. I am merely politically ill, a suspicious element.
Well, that was certainly stimulating. I want to ask you about something else.
His eyes flicker.
You mentioned true life. What would that be like?
A life is true if it's free from fear. an internal division among oneself. In others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A germinal will come, a return to trueness. It will be hardcore.
How would you go about returning to this true life?
Beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much alike in basic structure. An hard enough beat would awaken everyone to a truer calling. In unity.
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. His eyes burning. His comrades look on worriedly. The young man is dead serious about this. Rejection of the right-left axis. Emphasis on unity. Appreciation of some primordial mode of being. What does that remind you of?
Sort of like fascism then.
Nationalism, militarism, racism, and emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore.
The words echo through the church majestically. Fair enough, I was just making an observation.
He picks up a wrench and scratches his head with it, unaroused by fascism.
So you're advocating a noise-based society?
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer to true, hardcore life. There's just never been enough of them, and they had to rely on some extremely basic percussion.
You keep mentioning hardcore. What does it mean to you?
Utmost dedication. Thoughts from the spinal cord. It's a potent superlative as well.
The term also signifies certain varieties of pornography that depict penetration, just so you know.
Just so you know.
Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
Hardcore!
That was vague. Dedication, something else superlative.
Maybe you're being too specific about it. Try consulting with your spinal cord.
Let's change the subject.
Oh yeah, sure thing.
Ooh, we could internalise the hardcore conceptualisation. We might want to put on our arty clothes to do that. What's with your clothes?
They're hardcore.
You look like a woman with those earrings.
You know what I think? I think man, woman and child are arbitrary divisions which serve to bind humanity to serfdom.
Okay then.
It's just a style, you know.
Seems fair. Take care, Noid. Well, I think that's your lot. We will continue this next time on Let's Plays Disco Elysium. Thank you for watching. If you would be so kind, please comment, like, share and subscribe. And if you're so inclined, check out my Patreon. Thank you for watching and farewell. Thank you to my epic patrons who make videos like these possible. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.